this Zoo City team has. They had moments of time, these intervals of time where they were playing like monsters on the field. You had Diana Hurtado, who scored in just 13 seconds. She made history with the fastest scored goal in WMLIS history. And then you had, on the opposite defensive side of the ball, you had Soleil Ty Baker shutting out 2 PKs for this Zoo City team. So again, very, very good energy from both sides. You have a lot of potential coming from this Zoo City team. There's just this immense amount of aura. This is also our college night, so shout out to all the college students that are in attendance tonight. We got students from Kalamazoo College, a couple students from Western Michigan, and maybe some Kalamazoo Community College students as well. So shout out to all those college students. We got a good home crowd here, and it looks like everyone is just about ready to get started, so we're actually going to be quite early, which is nice, kind of rare for sports game in general. Just going to give a second for everybody to kind of set up on the field here. Got a very similar looking starting lineup for this Zoo City team. And we're just fixing up the scoreboard now to get everything started on time. You got Jessica Kennedy in the circle. Looks like she's going to start it off for the Zoo City team. Like I said, very similar starting lineup here for this team. In goal, you have Baker once again. Very dominant performance from Baker at goal. Last game against against Summit City, despite the loss. And there is your starting whistle. It's going to go handed back to Baker, then pushed forward. Kennedy is going to be leading the charge for this Zoo City team more often than not. Continuing to move the ball, back again connected with Baker. And keep in mind, just look at the pressure being applied here by this Mustangs team. A nice diving play. It's going to continue, and now looks like Mustang has possession. Trying to control here as Zoo City sticks to their man-to-man pressure. More movement towards the bottom of your screen. Now it's Zoo City on their defensive leg. Good work there to kind of get around the ball. And now playing a little bit with the wall. Now, something about indoor soccer is that you're going to get that a lot as we get an early whistle call here. But you're going to play a lot with the wall. It's about how you can utilize the wall as an extra teammate. So you'll often see these teams kind of practicing deflections off certain pieces of the wall. Some of them maybe have a different kickback, or some of them, you know, you can get a deflection a little faster, a little slower, a little wonky, maybe right on shot. So you'll see them practice that a lot. Now pushing forward, and on the attacking leg is Kelly Collins. Shot, and it's at the Let's Play logo. It did look like Baker had a nice read on it. Now Mustangs trying to gather themselves. They pushed it back to their goalkeeper, Leslie Ordonez. Ordonez at goal for this Mustangs team. And again, this team very big on possession, so you'll see them kind of take these breaks, kind of gather themselves and make sure that they can maintain possession. Well, they lost it here, it seems like. Brenna Musser makes sure it gets safely to Baker, and Baker goes ahead and just sends it out. And you got pretty much a nice looking set piece here. Looks like they're gonna go direct to goal. Nice block there by Jessica Kennedy. She just kind of stuck out her leg, and then a little scary there. Direct on her ankle. More movement from this Mustangs team. Good communication. I'm not sure if you can hear that over the broadcast, but Mustangs really communicating well on the field right now. More play by the bottom of your screens. That was Horner to send it to the opposite side of the field. Now a couple touch passes there, as I had to take a small breather because Kennedy Kind of took a fall to the floor. Quick transition play. Flying out. Nice save there by Baker. And now building the opposite way was Zoo City before it got broken up. More movement. Trying to connect with somebody. Instead, Zoo City just make sure to clear the ball. Some more movement by the wall at the top of your screens. Connecting well with Shannon Walter. Walter, a strong player for this Mustang side. Looking for some support. Trying to find a way out. Nice connection off the wall, and they strike early here. There you go, number 4, Kelly Collins, getting on the score sheet early, deflecting it off the wall. It was a perfectly timed out play, and at the end of the ball was Collins. Well, Zoo City here tries to forget that memory quickly. Baker to set up some type of play for Zoo City, connecting to the middle with Natalie Bounds. More back and forth. Collins at the ball again. Then passed it forward. Nunez now at the wall, working, trying to turn. Trying to beat one here. Nunez still trying to work around. Clearance by Wennemar. Mustangs trying to build. Again, they're not going to stop at one goal, and that's something very common you're going to see in indoor soccer. People used to watching soccer are expecting maybe 3-2, 2-1, 0-1, these lower scoring games, but indoor soccer kind of brings the opposite side of that as some building on the flank here by this Mustang side. Trying to connect more. Hyper Wennemar still doing some nice defensive work for Zoo City FC, number 20 in purple and black. Pressure applied by Zoo City. They are not letting up off the gas pedal, especially after giving one up early. Now a lot of room and space for Kaylee Cowell. Cowell connects down the middle, then they continue to go a roundabout. And the shot was off target. They're still trying to connect. They had a nice opportunity there. They're going to want that one back. Trying to maintain their possession points here. Als Vasquez now at the ball. She leaves it off. Cowell sends it forward. Now trying to get in the back of the net. It was scary there. Baker a little out of position, trying to get back into it. Now you've got Bounds against the wall. She's able to get out of there pretty cleanly. And she also looks like maybe she clipped her ankle. Working on the opposite side of the field. Hadaway, 2v1 now. Hadaway still trying to beat 2. Able to find some breather. And a shot is let off, but it doesn't get through. More building in the corner. And now it's just sent into the netting. And that's going to be Zoo City possession. And now behind the ball, you got Brenna Musser. Musser connects to the side. Anzaldua is there. Still trying to connect. Maritza Miranda tries to poke the ball just a little bit. Baker now dishes it off to the side. You still have Brenna Musser building. She sends it forward. They're getting real close. Continue to knock at that door, Zoo City. The Mustangs kind of slow down pace as Zoo City starts to break down them defensively. Possession continues to build. And it's really been the Mustangs kind of controlling this tempo, but Zoo City giving them a run for that. Building on the opposite way. You have a nice connection. Good behind the back touch. Still trying to find a path to goal. Applying all the right types of pressure. And now you have a whistle call. Not entirely sure what the call is going to be on, as my view is a little disrupted here, but either way, it gives a chance. And that's at the Let's Play logo. Very common here at Let's Play Soccer. Kind of let the shots off and it hits the top of the logo. Remember, a lot of these players used to playing regular soccer. And we're going to go ahead and get into a timeout here. So you're seeing a lot of back and forth, right? You have what you're used to. The Mustangs trying to control that tempo, trying to gain those possession points. And they continue to do so nicely, but not to anything against, as I watch some communication between the officials here.
Just one foul.
However, Zoo City FC applying all the right types of pressure. They are kind of continue to push at that defensive bench, right? They want to continue to kind of break down that bunker that the Mustangs kind of do very well. Mustangs continue to kind of hold it down. They're finding all the right types of play, connecting down the middle, utilizing the flanks and opening up space in the middle for them to kind of find that path to goal. It's only 1-0. You got about 7 minutes and 18 seconds left in the quarter, and you got 3 more quarters to play. So a lot of time for kind of Zoo City to grow into the game, learn a little bit more about their opponents here. And that's something Zoo City is going to do very well. They do not let up off learning, and even with talking to Jessica Kennedy, the head coach of Zoo City, the captain of Zoo City FC. Sorry, as I get caught up watching the Zoo City bubble. But the captain of Zoo City FC, she often talks about how they are continuously learning as a team, growing, pushing each other. You got a lot of very wide diversity within the group in terms of everything. I mean, the youngest player is 18, Diana Hurtado, who's not playing today, but they kind of learned how to play with each other's styles and work off each other's demeanor. And that's the whistle to resume play. Nice use of the header there to break up any type of setup play. Musser gets caught up by 3 Mustangs. More building, good footwork, no connection. And that's something that you've seen a lot from Stephanie Nunez. She was Golden Boot and MVP last season. So a player to keep an eye on, as Anzaldúa is able to use the wall to connect with Jessica Kennedy. Trying to control here. You can see the communication happening between the Zoo City FC defenders. And that is why they communicate. A nice block there by Brenna Musser. Still more to be had. Building on the bottom of your screen. And a foul is going to be called. And you see a big line switch up here for Zoo City FC. Sarah Bruns walks onto the field. And that's not all. You have Emily Vargas as well. I mean, I believe it was a whole line switch. Building forward. This could be what they needed. Maurer. And it was scooped up. The pressure continues to be applied. More pressure. Maurer following. Nothing yet as Zoo City continues to try to pull apart this defensive back. Sent all the way in the opposite direction. And they're going to call the whistle here. Just waiting for them to set up play. I believe it's going to be Zoo City ball. I take that back. I believe that was a little bit of a hiccup by the officials. It's going to be Mustang ball here. Vargas, 1v2, able to find some type of breathing room. Gets it back to Baker. Baker sends it, gets to the feet of Vargas, and Vargas try to get it to Maurer. It gets breaking up, and now the Mustangs hold possession once more. Bruns on the back. And this is that possession that I'm talking about for the Mustangs, where they kind of just continue to do a couple touch passes in their defensive line and then build forward. And this is why they do it, able to find a slip ball through, off the target. They were almost able to connect with the back of the net once more, but Zoo City FC getting lucky a little bit as the shot was off target. Set, and nice play there by Piper Winnemar. Able to get it back to the hands of Baker. Baker tries to connect with Maria Maurer, but that gets broken up. Trying to find somebody, and the pass is a little bit off by Ana Vasquez. Now it's Maurer on the opposite side, trying to beat two. She needs some type of help there, and it gets taken away. Mia Perry doing her job defensively for this Mustang side. More building down the flank, and again, they do the possession passes, trying to find some type of opening down the middle. Zoo City still committing to this man-to-man defense. Piper Winnemar gets turned on a little bit. And cleared. A nice clearance here by Jalen Van Valkenburg. And now it's Van Valkenburg to try to steal the ball here. One-on-one. And she's able to kind of push the ball to the outside. Castellanos trying to connect down the middle. Van Valkenburg doing a good job to try to break up passes. Baker coming out with the save there. And as it was Kaylee Castellanos who came out of nowhere from the Mustangs trying to get a ball in the back of the net. And as I talk about net, that clearance is going to clip the top of the net and be Zoo City ball. They have a chance here to come up and draw something up from practice. Kennedy behind the ball. Opts to go to her left. That plan gets kind of snuffed out by Mustangs. Musser now controlling that back line. Musser really, really prominent in that defensive line here. Bruns trying to use the ball. Trying to use the wall and run, and then they're going to get the whistle call to Zoo City's advantage. A nice spot at that. Emma Boland to connect with Kennedy. Kennedy tries to get a shot off, and it was a little low and too many players within the box. Baker able to kind of send it in, and now a shot off is a little bit high. Nice idea by Brenna Musser. As per usual, she tends to have really good ideas in building up the team in nice ways as Baker tries to reconnect there. I'm not sure if Kennedy thought someone was behind her. Connecting on the opposite side now as the Mustangs try to respond to the pressure being applied by Zoo City FC. Almost off on the wrong page there as Kelly Collins is barely able to handle the ball. Sent the opposite way. And there you see a little bit of the speed. Natalie Bounds gets kind of in the middle of the box there. And it was Natalie Bounds who put her body on the line. Again, just Zoo City trying to get on the scoreboard. Building in the opposite side now. Emma Bolin try to push it forward. Bolin now with the ball. Probably going to give it off to Baker. She'll do that. Baker sends it forward. Tries to connect with Maurer, but it was a little bit too much sauce on the ball. And now Mustangs again trying to build forward. Battisti slides, and that's going to be off target. Trying to find somebody to connect to. Finds the corner just a little bit. But she does have Bolin on her back. Pushing outside. Baker had her eyes on it the whole time. No luck. Good work defensively by Maurer. Bounce tries to apply some pressure. No luck yet. And good communication between Bolin and Baker there to kind of make sure Baker securely holds on to the ball. And that's the whistle for the first quarter. And like I said, there was going to be a little bit of drama involved. You had a lot of back and forth. Mustangs committing to the usual playing style, gaining those possession points, finding that slip ball through, using the flanks to open up some space in the middle. That's kind of a little bit more of what you'd expect to see. I'd also like to take a little bit of time to kind of thank our sponsors: Main Street Pub, Bolin's Best One Tires, Thrive, Scooters Coffee, Gnarly Fit, Island Hills Golf Course, and Blue Shores Marine Services. So shout out to those sponsors. Again, an amazing league that is continuing to grow this women's Major League indoor soccer here. It continues to grow, and you can kind of see just how competitive these teams are. Again, Sioux City FC playing the 2024-2025 season champions. I'll give you a 2-minute breather here as we take a break in between quarters. Be back in 2 minutes for the second quarter. And just like that, we are back for the second quarter. I hope 2 minutes wasn't too long of a wait for you, as both teams kind of set up position-wise. And there's the whistle for the second quarter. I would assume for the Mustangs, the huddle looked a little bit the same, right? Just continue what you're doing. Continue to break down the offensive pressure that Zoo City FC applies. A shot, and Baker able to scoop it up. And now a little bit of movement in the middle. All the types of players get bundled up. Kennedy trying to find somebody. She continues to drive, has a lane, and gets the shot off. Kennedy still trying to fight for it. Gets taken down. And the foul call is going to be in favor for Zoo City FC. Going to be Emma Boland to get behind the ball here for Zoo City. She has Piper Winnemar to her left. And she does offer. And in the back of the net, didn't find it? Not yet. So close to it. Leslie Ordenes at goal for this Mustangs side. I mean, very lucky there. Not sure how the ball didn't find the back of the net. Ordenes, really, really strong goalkeeper for this Mustangs half. Baker with a nice save. And the goalies trade save for save here as Baker shows off her skills as well. Still trying to build, and again, these possession passes very common for the Mustangs. Ordenes with the ball. Connects down the middle. Not with any pressure applied by Maurer. If you can hear a little bit of sarcasm, as Maurer really, really good on that one-on-one defensive side. Brenna Musser on the field. She gets the ball to her feet. Trying to figure something out. Heads backward to Bolin and now tries to connect with Winnemar. Ordenes trying to clear. Bolin reconnects. And it's going to be a whistle call. Ordenes looks like she's going to try to connect. Maybe downfield. She does so. Brenna Musser using some height to break up that pass. Baker a little bit out of position. She's able to still come out with the save. Bounds, nice use of her head there to kind of keep the ball on track. Baker again trying to build from the back. She sends it forward. Musser turns on the jets. Back and forward, Bounds with some room here. Connects again with Musser. Musser 1v2ing. Bounds gets the shot off. High and wide. She's gonna want that one back. You can see it on her face. Disappointed with that shot. Ordenes connects to the side here. Baker being tested, and it goes in the back of the net. Sanjun Horner. Horner able to score for the Mustangs here, bringing up their lead to 2-0. Morgan Hadaway. A little bit of a miscommunication leads to a Mustangs possession. It gets a little dangerous at the top of the box. Shot off, but a nice block. Maritza Miranda good defensively and offensively for this Zoo City side. Hadaway using that speed to try to apply some force here. Hadaway doing a good job being disruptive where she needs to be. Van Valkenburg applying some defensive pressure. And now everybody's a little scrambled, able to find their markers once more. Mustangs continue to build, utilizing those flanks. Trying to recreate that first goal there as they try to get an assist off the wall. Not working out yet. Castellanos sends it back. Ordenes gives it back. Nice stop there by Baker. More movements as Maritza Miranda now goes one-on-one here. Ordenes holding possession, builds forward. Good pressure applied there. Good, nice takeover. Hadaway with some room. She can get a shot off, and there they go in the back of the net. Morgan Hadaway making her presence known. Sioux City FC on the board, 1-2. And now Sioux City starts to see a little bit of the light. They're quick to get back into business here. They're not out of the mud yet. Still down 1 goal. And they're going to want to break out of the tie. If they were to get another goal, they want to break out of the tie before halftime here. Good movement from this Mustang side, set high and tall. Kennedy, a little bit of pressure on her back. She takes a tumble. Winnemar sends it back to Baker. And you can kind of see it on Mustang's team right now. Stephanie Friend gives it back to Ordenes. And now Ordenes sends it forward. Ordenes now again trying to find some type of pathway to success. Maria Maurer applying that pressure. Sarah Evans on the field for Sioux City. Trying to get a save, and Baker comes out on top there. Continuing where she left off, Baker showing off her stuff at goal. Nice foot stop there. Baker continues to be dominant. And you can kind of see pressure has been let up a little bit by Sioux City FC. And that was a shot from a long ways ago. No luck getting in the back of the net. Sent all the way back to Ordenes. Jalen Van Valkenburg steps onto the field for Sioux City. Mustangs still trying to connect with each other here. Sioux City FC doing a really good job of breaking up the passes right now. That back and forth continues. Maurer doing her job, trying to get a break here. Gets some help by Musser. Musser overtakes one. And it's taken once more, but not before the foul call. Advantage to Sioux City FC right now. Kennedy behind the ball, captain for Sioux City FC. She's been in this position before. It's just how she can continue to set up the play. She gets a shot, almost with a nice type of deflection from Musser, and it's just a little bit off target. Musser still building off the side of the wall. Another whistle call here as Ordenes gains possession of the ball. Kennedy continuing to apply that pressure. Mauer on the back here of Camargo. Ordenes has to kind of get out of the pressure applied by Sioux City. Now they had a transition to defensive side here of Sioux City. Trying to beat one, unable to. Shot off! Baker coming out with the save there. These long shots have been very common right now for the Mustangs as they don't take their foot off the pedal just yet. Bruns doing a nice job to break up the pass. And that's going to be a blue card on number 25, Mia Perry. Too much sauce into the defending there. It's going to put her team a player down here in the second quarter. Continue to pushing forward here. Baker trying to set up a play. They're trying to take advantage of this power play as Sioux City plays a player up. Shot high there. It was a nice idea, giving taste of their own medicine a little bit. Nice save by Ordenes. She comes out with the ball. Hadaway applying pressure. Natalie Bounds now at the ball. She gets a shot off and right to the body of Ordenes as she comes out with another save. They still have a little bit of time left in this power play. As Sioux City continues to play with a person up. Again, a blue card warrants the player to sit out. Still danger zone right now for the Mustangs as Bounds applies some good pressure. Gonna be a foul call. Sioux City has some nice positioning right now. There's a lot going on. But just know Sioux City playing with an advantage right now. Baker, they're going to want to set up something quick. Sends it all the way forward. Gets to the feet of Boland. Boland, a little bit of a stutter step there. And Ordenes again doing her job at that near post. Boland still trying to set up a nice attack. A little off target and into the netting. It's going to be Sioux City ball once more. A little bit of communication between the officials, just trying to make sure they got the right call. As the officials meet up to communicate and see what the type of call is going to be. Again, if it happened within the box or in the area where it did happen, it's going to be a much closer setup play for Sioux City FC. So this foul call matters a lot here as Sioux City just sits one goal down. Still playing to the advantage of the power play. The officials continue to communicate. Waiting for them to come to a decision here. There's a lot of gray areas sometimes within rules, and just looks like all the officials are trying to make sure they're all on the same page. Again, Sometimes when you have two disagreeing officials, one just needs a quick reminder of maybe what the certain rules are pertaining to certain leagues. Still waiting here. And it looks like they've come to that decision here as Emma Bolin sets up a good setup play here. Bolin trying to make her mark, passes it off to the side. Still some room, Natalie Bounds, unable to get it in the back of the net. And you can hear it from Mike Rayburn, head coach for Zoo City FC. They tell him, continue to press that gas pedal. Musser! 1, 2, 3, there you go. Musser, quick on her toes, gets the shot into the back of the net, gets it right behind Ordenes. And there you go, it's all tied up, 4 minutes and 47 seconds left. And it's right at the end of the power play. It was number 6, Brenna Musser for Zoo City FC to get it in the back of the net. I believe Natalie Bounds may get the assist there. And now the Mustangs are feeling a little bit different. They're used to kind of opening up the game large here and met with a little bit of a different energy from this Zoo City half. Very determined. Mustangs not letting up off the gas. Baker watching her near post, able to scoop up the ball. Feeds it forward, trying to connect with Bruns. Again, both teams up to the regular amount of players permitted as the power play is now over. Vasquez trying to figure out some type of attacking plan here. Connects forward. It's Stephanie Nunez. Continue to drive forward. A lot of strength on both sides. Nunez still trying to get behind the ball, unable to. Vasquez going one-on-one. And that's going to get a whistle call on Sarah Bruns. A little bit too much power behind that defensively. And it looks like a full line change for this Zoo City half here. So you're seeing all new players on the field right now. Maritza Miranda, Morgan Hadaway. A good deflection off Baker, gets that ball out of the goalie area. Good defending there by Morgan Hadaway. Baker gets to the ball, able to punch it out, and it's almost a perfect setup for Sarah Evans as she pushes it forward. Hadaway in the corner, trying to find a way through. Ordenes. Sarah Evans now trying to connect, finds Hadaway. Hadaway trying to turn. Shoved into the wall, and there's that little bit of hockey you always talk about with this indoor soccer game. Maritza Miranda now, ball at her feet. Good work defensively by this Mustang side. Now on their offensive leg, Baker comes out of goal, gets a clearance here. Hadaway trying to connect, Evans now at the ball. Still no clear connection to be made here. All types of mixed up as both sides continue to pass along the ball. Trying to push. Ordenes Sends it all the way forward. Gets into the box. A bit of a danger zone. Marisa Miranda uses her body. Shot on the floor. Watch nice. Pushing forward. Kennedy at the ball now. Trying to connect. No luck yet. As the Mustangs try to respond. Mia Perry, number 25 for the Mustangs again. She was the one who had the blue card earlier. Continuing to apply that pressure. That's something that both teams often talk about. Continue to be aggressive. Again, you don't want to get those foul calls, but you don't want to let up on the gas. You want to continue to apply that pressure on the team to force these mistakes. Ordenes sends it forward. Baker protecting that near post pretty well. She's keeping an eye on things. You have 30 seconds left on the clock. Nothing yet. And it almost connects with Jessica Kennedy, but gets sent with a little bit too much power. Still pushing here. Musser. Still building. Trying to connect at the top of the box. No luck. Maritza Miranda doing her work right there defensively. She was in the right spot. And a nice clearance by Piper Wennemar. And there is your final whistle for the second quarter and the first half. Well, there's the dramatics. I mean, it was Sioux City FC going into the second quarter with no goals and then scoring 2 in the second quarter, able to tie it up here again. They would, best case scenario was to come out on top in the second quarter. But they're going to be very, very happy with this 2-2 tie, especially after being down 2 goals at one point. So, again, Sioux City FC continues to apply that pressure. I really want to say that I think I'm going to credit those 2 goals to applying that pressure, forcing those mistakes upon the Mustangs, able to kind of break up that bunker that the Mustangs do pretty well. And on the Mustang side, they got to continue what they're doing. I mean, they are finding those connections. They lost the connection a little bit in that second quarter, right? When I kind of said, Hadaway was doing a really good job of breaking up those passes for them. Well, the Mustangs having a little bit of trouble connecting with each other into that second quarter. Either way, you got about 2 more quarters to figure out how this one's going to end. I told you it was going to be interesting. And you got about 14 minutes left to take a little quick water break, a quick snack break, you might say. And then go ahead and come right back on to join us in about 14 minutes. Again, Sioux City FC with 2 and the Chicago Mustangs with 2. We'll be right back. Alrighty, we are back for the second half. A little reminder, it is tied up 2-2. Jessica Kennedy at the ball again. A little bit of a repeat of that first whistle starting off the game. Captain of the Zoo City team. They wait for the official whistle here for the second half. A little bit of conversation between head coach Mike Rayburn and the official. Still conversating, but it looks like both halves already. I mean, I'm seeing a little bit of restlessness. They're ready to get this game going. And it looks like everyone's about ready. There is the whistle and the start of this second half, the third quarter here in Let's Play Soccer Portage. Movement, and it looks like the Mustangs are coming out very composed. Quick one-touch passes to each other to kind of build forward. That building is coming here, but not if you're trying to get past Boland, as she's able to kind of break it up, goes into the netting, and it's going to be possession for the Mustangs. Trying to deflect off the wall with no luck there just yet. And there's that deflection they were looking for. Took a couple knocks at the door, but there you go. Kelly Collins getting at the end of that service. And she's able to score one early in this third quarter. As Zoo City sits down a goal, 3-2. It was off the wall, and Kelly Collins able to kind of connect at the end there. Very nice kind of backwards touch off the side of the foot. Something very hard for Baker to defend. Bruns now trying to find some room. It's a little bit of space and nothing yet there. It was a little bit of a mix-up. Maria Maurer trying to get at the end of that one, and instead she takes a tumble into the net. Good takeover by Wennemar. Boland now trying to sneak it past. Trying to connect with Maurer, but it's Jessica Kennedy who tried to go against Johanna Camargo. Ordenen is still at goal for the Mustangs. Again, she showed a pretty dominant first half as well. Able to kind of come out with those one-on-one saves. Still beating those one-on-one battles as Shannon Walter sends it forward, tries to connect. A nice diving play. There you go. Emma Boland able to come out defensively there. She takes a nice slide tackle. It was clean, all ball. Bruns applying pressure, Kennedy as well. And those are the two biggest pressures on the field right now. Trying to make sure they force the hand of Mustangs here. Wennemar sends it to Bruns. And now Ordenes gets pressured. She's able still to connect here. Baker sends it forward. Looks like it was intended for Bruns, but nothing yet. Hadaway now really strong into the wall. Morgan Hadaway able to find some release and pressure as she passes it off to Maurer. Good stop there. Break up the play. Ordenes sends it forward, uses a little bit of help from the wall. You can hear head coach Mike Rayburn scream to Zoo City FC pressure. He wants them to continue to step on that gas, continue to apply that pressure. Oftentimes, a lot of press leads to forcing mistakes, and that's kind of where they've had their luck in that second quarter. Maria Maurer 1-on-1, and that one sneaks past Morgan Hadaway. Ordenes able to connect. Sent all type of way forward, but not before the three-line whistle. Three-line whistle rule right there as one of the Mustangs players tries to clear over the 3 lines on the field. Again, the ball has to touch a player or touch within the 3 lines before passing all 3 lines. You cannot pass all 3 consecutive lines at the same time. Still driving here. Mustangs trying to come out with something. Nunez has the ball. No luck, nothing yet. Good clearance by Jalen Van Valkenburg. Ordenes still finding some possession passes. Camargo sends it forward. Connects. Nunez at the ball. Shot into the Let's Play logo. No luck. Nunez again. Fighting in the corner with Brenna Musser. Nunez trying to turn. Tries to go for that back touch pass. No luck yet. Still pushing here. The pressure being applied heavily. Morgan Hadaway applying that pressure as well as Natalie Bounds. Good little touch pass. Connection with Kelly Collins as she tries to let a shot off. Sent all the way back. I believe that's Mia Perry. Natalie Bounds trying to create some destruction. Jalen Van Valkenburg defensively going back. She's 1-on-1 against the wall. Piper Wennemar coming out and getting to that one first. Wennemar again showing her stuff defensively. That one could have been dangerous at the top of the box. Natalie Bounds doing a good job using her head there. And now you got Musser turning on the Jets. She gets tackled from behind, and there's that foul call in a very important spot here. You're just far enough to kind of create a set piece. You maybe go off to the side, or you can even go direct here as you have some room to bend the ball over or outside the wall here. She opts to go to the side. Oh, it looked like it was intended for Wennemar. Baker trying to find her connection. She instead opts to clear it all the way to the opposite side. Ordenes. Good movement from Boland. Wennemar was met a little bit by some pressure. Now Musser with a nice turn. And the official decides to play a little bit in this nice competitive game. So drop ball for Brenna Musser. She uses the wall. No luck just yet. Kennedy trying to make some room for herself. Instead is met with 2, and that's not going to amount to anything just yet. Continue to play on that front foot. Bounds trying to apply pressure. She lets off the gas a little bit. Kennedy gives it off to Bounds, then gives it back to Kennedy. Musser driving down the flank. Opts to go to Piper Wennemar. And that's just a little bit high. Goes into the netting. Mustangs ball. You can see the disappointment on Wennemar's face. She knew she wanted a little bit more out of that opportunity than what she got. It's been a moment since you see Narian Zaldua on the field. But don't blink. She's quick on her feet. Maritza Miranda also stepping on. Maritza Miranda applying the pressure here, going one-on-one. Now Wennemar gets dealt the reins here. Still building, shot, and score by Stephanie Nunez. Number 17 on the Mustangs side. Again, she was the 2024-2025 season Golden Boot winner as well as MVP. And we're going to go into a quick timeout here as Zoo City drops 2-4. You still have 7 minutes and 10 seconds, which is a little bit mind-blowing, right? It feels like this game is moving very fast and the time is passing slow, but that is just thanks to the tempo both teams are playing right now. Both teams being aggressive, both teams pushing the bounds of this game. You know, this game wouldn't be possible without a few sponsors. So, again, thank you down there to Main Street Pub, Bowen's Best One Tires, Thrive, Scooters Coffee, and many more. So, these teams both coming out here playing hard. Mustangs up 4-2. There's not much to say other than the fact that there's been a little bit of errors on both sides, right? The Mustangs obviously wanting to come out. You know, no team wants to give up goals. And the Mustangs right now probably thinking of, okay, what happened that led to those 2 goals? What mistakes kind of prompted that? And maybe they read the playbook of that Zoo City FC side, kind of figuring out, hey, they're applying that pressure. They're forcing these mistakes upon us, and then we gave up those 2 goals. And they're trying to answer those questions as both teams are going to come out of the timeout very soon. And Zoo City still in the huddle right now, making sure to kind of talk everything out. Again, not the turnout that they wanted coming into the second half, especially after tying it up in that second quarter. And there is the whistle to break up huddles here. Morgan Hadaway at the ball. She has been very key tonight. She has been applying that pressure. She's been connecting her passes, doing everything right. Defensively, if you see number 11 for Zoo City, Maritza Miranda, I mean, she has just been phenomenal defensively and turns it into offensive power here as she tries to connect with the opposite side of the field. Morgan Hadaway trying to break up the play. Still trying to connect in that corner. You got the whistle blown. And the Mustangs are going to go ahead and get some possession here. Emma Bolin able to break up that long pass, but she's met with 2, and that's going to break her stride. And those double teams have been doing wonders for this Mustang side. Anytime they're met with 2, Zoo City tends to struggle just a little bit. Baker sends it. Not clear just yet. Still pushing. Baker with a nice stop. More movement from this Mustang side. Nadian Zaldua applying some pressure. Ordenes sends it to the feet of Emma Boland. Baker in the opposite direction connects with Hadaway. But again, the Mustangs are able to break that up. Kelly Collins pushing for this Mustang side. Tries to beat 1. She turns back, looks for help, connects with Kaylee Cowell before she hands it off to the other side. Baker able to get her hands on the ball before anything dangerous happened. Morgan Hadaway chasing down the ball, trying to break up some type of play. Maritza Miranda helping out right there to get the ball away. Hadaway with some room. She built into the corner. And it gets safely into the hands of Ordenes. Morgan Hadaway trying to get to the ball, unable to just yet. Bruns now pushing the gas pedal with a little bit of room here. Was Kelly Collins at the top, and she passes it off. Back and forth continues. It kind of just feels like balls are being sent left and right. Jessica Kennedy back on the field as Bruns is able to strip it away. Jessica Kennedy trying to get to the ball, but I believe that was Mia Perry, who just really knows how to use her body to make sure Jessica Kennedy doesn't have any room there. Kennedy has to find some type of relief. Opts to go to Baker. Baker now with the ball. In the corner. Still work to be done. Bruns able to connect with Musser there. Excuse me, with Maurer. And Baker coming out with a nice save. Bruns and Kennedy trying to apply all the types of pressure. And it just feels like this Mustang side is stepping on a different type of gas pedal. Able to find their connections, able to find the play and the ball, and finishing that final third. You kind of hear it from that Chicago Mustangs bench, but they continue to say, just move the ball around, just move the ball around. And that is going to be a mistake they want back, as that one's over the goal. It was Shannon Walter with a lot of room for the Mustangs and just sends it over the net. Ordenes connects down the middle. Piper Winnemar applying to all types of pressure, pushing forward. Ordenes able to scoop it up before anything happens. Sent in the opposite way, wide of goal. And now Maria Maurer up against the wall, able to beat one, trying to beat two. Gets the foul call for a jersey tug there. Mia Perry tugs the jersey of Maria Maurer. Emma Boland for Zoo City FC behind the ball. Passes it off to Piper Winnemar. Winnemar goes to Musser. Musser tried to connect with Bruns. It got cleared. And now Baker has a chance to set up something pretty. It was broken up nicely by Chicago Mustangs there. As Boland applies the pressure. Beating all types of players, but with no luck if Baker's at goal. As Baker comes up with a stop. As they let Kelly Collins run the field there. Trying to see who's at the wall. Got a player down for Zoo City FC. She kind of pull all types of force into the wall, and that's something that you kind of face in indoor soccer. As I believe that's Emma Boland, who dived into the wall there, had a little bit of pressure from that Mustang half. Yeah, so it looks like there was a foul before she hits the walls. After the foul, she fell and maybe kind of tumbled into the wall. So just waiting to see if she's okay. Still waiting here. Emma Bolin again. Not something you want to see, especially with the presence that she brings to the field. Sioux City with 1 minute and 29 seconds left in this third quarter. Still down 2 goals as she steps off the field. And now it looks like everyone's about ready to continue play after that scary tumble into the wall. It's going to be Baker to send the ball in the opposite direction. Not sure what she's going to opt for yet. She could go short or long. Okay, good to know. Ordenes protecting that near post. A lot happening in that corner. Trying to connect. No luck yet. And it gets sent back to Sioux City's half into the feet of Baker. Baker sends it opposite way. Kennedy connects with Piper Winnemar. And a nice pass over to Sarah Bruns. And it gets broken up once more. Ordenes clears. Good clearance there and able to kind of offer some type of opportunity as Brenna Musser applies all types of fancy footwork. And it's going to be a foul on the Chicago Mustangs as Baker gets behind the ball here. So Baker, you know she has the legs. She has Piper Winnemar to her right there. She opts to go long. Looks like she was looking to connect with Musser or Kennedy. Still trying to build out of that flank. And now coming this way. Full speed here ahead. Kennedy able to get involved, trying to break up the play. Shot on goal, but it's wide. Second attempt, no luck. And there's your 4-0s on the scoreboard as we take another break before we enter the fourth quarter. Sioux City down 2 goals here as the Chicago Mustangs make their presence known by scoring 2 goals here in the third quarter. A lot of back and forth, and it just looks like Sioux City kind of lost a little bit of that handle, right? They were connecting their passes. They were finding the pathways. I mean, they were doing all types of right in that second quarter, and it just looks like the Chicago Mustangs came out of the half knowing what they needed to get done, and that's shaken up the Sioux City side just a little bit. Again, still considerably a very small gap for indoor soccer as, again, only down 2 goals. You got a lot of time to play into the fourth, and a lot of things can happen. So we continue to wait how this one turns out. Don't settle for this score just yet. You got a lot of time and a lot of players who have been putting in the work to last all of these 4 quarters. We'll be right back in just 2 minutes before we come into this fourth quarter. Don't go anywhere. Alrighty, just like that, we are back for the fourth quarter. A lot of drama to be had as Zoo City is just falling 2 goals short as of now. Don't miss our Women of the Match, proudly sponsored by Milestone Senior Services. Catch the full spotlight on our social channels. Follow Zoo City FC on all social media platforms. As there's the whistle into the fourth quarter here. The final 15 minutes for this Zoo City team to come back. And the pressure has not stopped from either side of the ball. Brenna Musser pushing forward. Try to connect with Emily Vargas, or Dennis is going to clear the ball here. Some more back and forth. Baker doing a nice job tracking the ball. And now Bruns with a little bit of room can connect with Emily Vargas if she wants to. Goes for a shot on goal, and Ordenes comes out with the save. When Ordenes has been called up, she has answered that call every time. She comes out with the save there. A nice one at that. Shot high. As that one goes into the netting, it's gonna remain possession with the Mustangs here. Also, since we're using the WMU equipment, we'd like to thank the Multimedia Arts Technology program at Western Michigan University, as we're just about set here for this set piece by Shannon Walter. Walter Baker just behind Emily Vargas. Walter, shot on target, and it hits the back of the net. And the lead continues to grow for this Chicago Mustangs team as they sit 5-2 against Zoo City FC. As I was saying, we'd like to thank the Multimedia Arts Technology program at Western Michigan University for using their sound equipment for today's game. Students in this program study music production, live sound reinforcement, and other related fields, so please visit wmich.edu/music for more information. Shout out WMU. Also, shout out the Kalamazoo College students that came to attend the game today. It is college night. Got a nice little crowd up there, as well as in the regular stands. Emma Bolin behind the ball. She was the one that kind of took a nasty tumble in that third quarter. More work here as the pressure is being applied by Hadaway. Now the Mustangs trying to build in the opposite direction. Friend. Ordenes. Emily Vargas, a little bit on the brake pedal as she starts to accelerate towards Ordenes. As the Mustangs continue to push forward. Ordenes, another opportunity to set it up here for the Mustangs. Got into the corner. A little bit of work defensively here by Zoo City FC. As Morgan Hadaway does her work nicely. Good connection to Kelly Collins as that gets taken away by Jessica Kennedy. Nice moves there. Natalie Bounce pushing forward. Couple of stutter steps. And the ball gets stripped away by Valerie Batisti. Good save by Baker. But it's going to touch that net, which is going to be possession here as Baker comes up with a stop. Trying to connect. Mia Perry sends it forward. Piper Winnemar gets her head on it. Perry again. Ordenes sends it the opposite direction. Rolls around the walls before it gets to the hands of Baker. Connects with Natalie Bounds. Bounds slows it down a little bit. Tries to overtake one. Experience shows from Battisti. Natalie Bounds applying some pressure. Forces the foot of Ordenes. Piper Winnemar uses the wall. Nutmegs one. Battisti slides into the wall. Good connection. Jessica Kennedy with the ball, but she's alone. 1v3. She needs to find some type of outlet here. Goes 1v1. 1v2 into the near post. Saved by Ordenes. Baker opts to go with her leg. Sends it to Emily Vargas. Vargas gets tripped up a little bit. And there's the foul call, as it was a little bit too much on Battisti. Number 14 in red. Stephanie Friend was able to get it off to Ordenes, and then Emily Vargas applying that good pressure. Gets to the back of the net, and there's another one. There you go. The Chicago Mustangs showing off their stuff here. 9 minutes and 41 seconds left in this fourth quarter as Sioux City tries to find some type of recipe to get back into this one. Vargas to give it back to Baker. Baker sends it all the way forward, trying to connect with Anzaldúa. Anzaldúa applying that pressure, able to cause an overtake here. And there's the blue card. And I'm trying to figure out exactly the course of events here. It's going to be a blue card at number 16, Stephanie Friend, who I think just put a little bit too much on it when she was against Maritza Miranda. Emma Boland kicks it. It was in the right direction but met the wall. Baker now, as again the blue card offers up a power play for Sioux City FC. The shot was on target from Baker. Looks like she meant to make it an assist, but I mean, hey, sometimes you just gotta go for it. And Baker right there showing off the leg. And you can kind of see, and that shot was saved by Ordenes. Anzaldúa doing her best to try to get on that scoreboard. But I was going to mention, you can kind of see how this Mustangs team plays the power play. I mean, you can see them bunkered down. They're really protecting their goal as they play a player down. And Sioux City FC is just trying to break that a little bit. You see, they won't even chase after an opportunity. They stay in that bunker. As that one goes into the netting. Possession given to the Mustangs here as Ordenes looks for her plan of attack. She decides to just give it away, trying to waste the time here. As Baker hands it off to Musser. Musser looks like she's going to try to go in this one head first. Goes on the floor. Dennis goes sliding here, but no luck yet. Maritza Miranda up against the wall trying to get somewhere. Mauer now trying to poke her toe into it. Gonna get the foul call on Maria Maurer, as looks like she was toe poking around a little bit too much. Musser diving forward. Shot on the floor and gets a deflection before anything could happen. As they fight into the corner here, trying to just find a way out, trying to find a way to break the bunker here. Maritza Miranda goes to shot. And Ordenes does a nice job of coming out with the save. Baker rolls it over to Maritza Miranda. Miranda driving. Goes into the corner. Just a little bit off target as Jessica Kennedy has the ball. She opts to go low. It doesn't work out. Miranda again once more as the power play is over. And Stephanie Friend steps right back on field. More back and forth, no call there. Continuing to push. Maritza Miranda applying the pressure defensively. Now Kennedy comes in trying to clear the ball, no luck. Maria Maurer, she does her job. And that possession continues to be held by the Chicago Mustangs team. Building down the flank. And Baker with a nice save right there in the near post. There's that double team working. As that was a little bit too much from Jalen Van Valkenburg. She applies a little bit too much there. It's going to get that foul call. And with that, we're going to go into a quick media timeout. So both teams can kind of gather some thoughts here. The Zoo City FC side, I mean, they've got to come up with some type of plan here. They've got to kind of rally the team together. Just feels like the momentum right now is for the Chicago Mustangs. And that just tends to happen, right? It's hard to move past giving up a goal. And that's just something that you learn with the game here, especially in indoor soccer, as the goals are ever so common, right? They continue to happen as the game goes on. So City FC, I mean, they're applying the pressure, but really what's happening is the Chicago Mustangs side is just playing so well with the pressure. They're going with the punches. They continue to adapt as things are happening, kind of molding and forming to the game in which this Zoo City FC side plays. Also, the pressure that they apply offensively has been working wonders for them as they got that 5th and 6th goal towards our media timeout stoppage. Hey, and you don't want to miss our Women's of the Match, proudly sponsored by Milestone Senior Services. Catch the full spotlight on our social channels. You know, follow Zoo City, stay involved with Zoo City, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, anywhere you can find Zoo City. Hey, even in LinkedIn. You can go ahead and find us on there, Zoo City FC, on all platforms. As Zoo City breaks out of the huddle quickly, it looks like they are down and ready to get into business. And Mustangs following suit here. And there's the whistle. Coming out of the media timeout. 50-50 ball there, and that's going to get another whistle call. I believe that was Jalen Van Valkenburg who just put a little bit too much on that. Clipped the heel a little bit too much, and it's going to give possession here to the Chicago Mustangs team. Number 25, Mia Perry at the ball. She received a blue card earlier in this game. Ordenes clears towards the middle. And they continue to anchor at Ordenes. She has been kind of staple for this team. They'll send it back to her at any point in which they're kind of a little bit dangerous. Emily Vargas takes a turn and shot off by Nadia Anzaldúa. There you go, the power that she brings, the speed, the pace behind that ball. Nadia Anzaldúa doing what she does best, and that's just scoring bombs. Go back and rewatch that, because that right there is enough to fire any team up. Nadia Anzaldúa stepping onto the field and creating an impact already. And now look at Sioux City FC stepping with their front foot, applying all types of pressure. And it does the same effect for this Mustangs half as they continue to push. Everybody comes alive. Jessica Kennedy comes running onto the field. There is a little bit of hope now for Sioux City FC. Anzaldúa is there to break up the pass. Still stays within the handles of Ordenes as she sends it forward. Connected to Maurer. Maurer sends it forward. And Ordenes scoops it up real quick. No danger to be had there. Movement on the flanks, trying to open up some room down the middle. Ordenes gives it off to Friend. Piper Wennemar uses the wall. Maurer connects with Bruns. Bruns with some room. Uses the wall herself too. It looks like it was intended to assist Maurer, but the run was a little early there. Pushing now. Kelly Collins running with the ball. Collins finds some support with Battisti. You have 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Sioux City FC able to come back 1 goal. You got it 3-6. Nadia Anzaldúa with a lone goal. The pace, I mean, I still can't get over it. The pace behind the ball was just phenomenal to watch. She brought everybody's attention back to the game. I mean, I even felt like maybe I was rambling, and then boom, shot on goal. Couple of touch passes. Emma Bolin coming to apply some pressure as there's some more back and forward to be had. Sioux City has time to score a minute of goal here. You got 3 minutes left and 3 goals to tie it up. Perry passes it off. She regains possession. Perry now still building for this Mustangs half. Ordenes being the anchor that she is for this team. Into the wall, back and forth as Natalie Bounds gets into it a little bit. Bounds applying all types of pressure. Ordenes passes it off. And now Jessica Kennedy comes in full speed. Still possession remains with this Mustang side as the shot was just off. And a little bit too much into the back of head of Bruns. Not sure if you've seen it there as the hand kind of went flying up. It's going to be a shootout here for Sioux City FC. This is an opportunity if you've ever seen one. You have a chance to cut down the lead that the Chicago Mustangs hold. It's Brenna Musser behind the ball. And the tension continues to build as she's going to go one-on-one with Leslie Ordenes. Musser takes a couple breaths. Here's the whistle. 1-on-1. And Ordenes is able to kind of poke it out. Nothing comes out of the opportunity, but Sioux City continues to push forward as Bolin passes it over. It looks like she was going to connect there. Bounds applying pressure. The Mustangs continue to apply pressure, continue to push forward. Working the flank. Trying to connect down the middle. Almost did, but Jessica Kennedy, I believe, doing her work defensively there. Musser able to break it up. Trying to maintain possession as she runs into the corner. Ordenes is able to poke it out. Still pushing, still applying that pressure. Musser again trying to overtake there. Shot on the floor and shot scored. Number 4, Kelly Collins, just doing her stuff tonight. 7-3, and it's 59 seconds left on the clock. Opportunity to close this one out with at least a goal here from Sioux City FC as the fortress begins to crumble. Baker sends it, connects with Hadaway. Hadaway, a little bit of an awkward touch. Bounds. Loses it there as it goes back to Baker. Baker, knowing that the clock holds only 30 seconds, Ordenes might waste some time here. Hadaway chasing it down. Vargas now chasing it down. Van Valkenburg trying to make something happen. You got 20 seconds left on the clock. Baker sends it all the way forward, trying to connect with Hadaway. Bounds, has some time at the ball. It gets taken away there. Possession to the Chicago Mustangs as they close this second out. There you go. The final whistle as Sioux City FC faces off against the Chicago Mustangs and take the win 7-3. It was an interesting first quarter that had Sioux City down for a second, and then Sioux City turned on the Jets in that second quarter, and they were able to kind of tie it all up at 2 goals apiece. But it's just after that spark in that second quarter, it seems like they lost their footing a little bit. Coming out of the halftime, the Mustangs came in with a new type of energy. They were applying all right pressures. I mean, they were continuing to press, force some mistakes, and taking opportunities to score goals. That's just something that the Mustangs did really, really well tonight. On the Sioux City side again, there's always room for improvement. They know that they are primarily new to this league, and they continue to want to grow. And that's what's important here as they kind of figure out what they need to do to continue to grow throughout the season and kind of take their time growing as a team, take their time learning how to deal with these type of teams that know how to bunker down, know how to deal with these pressures with a little bit more experience. Again, your final score was 3-7 here at Let's Play Soccer down here in Portage, Michigan. I do want to remind you one more time, don't miss our Women of the Match, proudly sponsored by Milestone Senior Services. Catch the full spotlight on our social channels. You can follow Sioux City on almost any platform really that you can put your mind to. It's going to be at Sioux City FC on TikTok, Instagram, and more. Thank you so much. Again, my name is Maya Pasillas, your home broadcaster for Sioux City FC, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.